Brie Larson and Rachel Zegler are both one of the most hated female actresses in the world. They both play a character that was once loved, but now it seems that no one is interested in the character they're playing, and they're the main reason, because both of them made a terrible mistake that made their audiences dislike them. Brie Larson is known for playing the role of Captain Marvel in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Her character is one of the most powerful and important characters in the MCU. Captain Marvel is now coming back in an upcoming Marvel movie, Marvels, but nobody seems to care because people have already lost interest in Captain Marvel. For Rachel Zelger, she'll be playing the role of Snow White in the upcoming Snow White remake, which was projected to be released in 2024 until it got delayed because of the backlash the movie got. Most of the backlash came because of Rachel Zegler's controversial statements about the Snow White character. Two different characters from two different female actresses in two different universes, yet they're hated. But why do most people dislike them? Brie Larson was a likable actress in the beginning until she got the role of Captain Marvel, who is a powerful character, and it is arguable that she is one of the most powerful characters in the MCU. After Captain Marvel debuted in the MCU, Brie Larson became more famous than before, but unfortunately, she handled her new rise in the wrong way. Instead of being a humble actress, she became arrogant. She began thinking that she was the best character in the MCU. She's above all the other characters in the MCU because they're nothing compared to her. She even humiliated some of her co-stars in the MCU in various interviews, making them feel uncomfortable around her. She even stated many times how her character can beat anyone without the help of anyone. Specifically, she doesn't need the help of any male character, which makes it seem like Brie Larson is a feminist with a huge ego. A mistake that made most people hate Brie Larson is her arrogance, ego, and apart from that, she's also a bit racist, and this was amplified in her speech in Film Crystal Award, where she stated that most movie critics were white men, and that they should not be the main critics of movies where African American culture is at the center. The statement brought a lot of negative buzz to Brie Larson, as many people didn't like how hostile or aggressive her speech has felt, and some people also complained that she's pulling the victim card too often. All of this has sparked outrage against Brie Larson, who is now speculated to have a minor role in the MCU after the Marvels, and there's even a possibility that Marvel may fire her at some point. Even Brie Larson isn't sure about her future in the MCU, as in one of her recent interviews, she was asked if she'll come back in the future and replied by saying that she isn't sure that people want her to come back. You may also notice that Marvel is the only one promoting the Marvels without having Brie Larson talk about it. And this only proves the negative impact that Brie Larson generated has directly affected Marvel, and that's why they're not letting her promote the upcoming movie. Ego, arrogance, racism have costed Brie Larson a lot, and unfortunately, she's not the only one, as Rachel Zegler is doing the same mistake that Brie Larson has done. Since Rachel Zegler was casted as Snow White, she started making a lot of controversial statements about Snow White. She stated that she didn't like the original Snow White animated movie because Snow White was dependent on others, and she needed a man in order to fulfill her life. Rachel Zegler even said that she hates when she sees men in places of power, and that we need to see more women in places of power. She's glad that in the upcoming remake of Snow White, the princess will be powerful and independent without the need of having a prince at her side, which gives Disney a reason to get rid of the prince in the upcoming movie. It's just weird because the upcoming Snow White remake will be having a different story from the original animated Snow White movie. Disney could have just made another movie with a different title. Disney got attacked. Rachel Zegler made the situation worse. Rachel Zegler hasn't ruined just the remake of Snow White, but another movie was ruined because of her. This is the movie The Hunger Games. Once people knew that Rachel Zegler is starring in the movie, they started attacking the movie because of her comments about Snow White. There's even some people that were hoping that the studio won't let her promote the movie. The hate that Rachel Zegler has against her didn't make studios like Disney comfortable with her in the movies, as Disney continued filming Paddington 3 without Rachel Zegler, because seemingly Disney doesn't want that negative and backlash surrounding Rachel Zegler to follow their new movie. Brie Larson and Rachel Zegler are really two actresses that show you how negative comments, racism, sexism, and arrogance can generate hate for you and make the audience hate a whole project just because of a single actor. Acting skills just don't matter when you don't know how to earn the hearts of people. For example, look at Margot Robbie. She played the role of Barbie, and her movie grossed more than $1 billion. The Barbie movie was so successful because the main actress led the promotional campaign for the movie with positive comments without making any provocative statement. Margot Robbie never said a single negative word about the movie or or about her co-stars, or even about her audience. Brie Larson and Rachel Zegler should really learn from their mistakes and try to correct them, because if they don't change, they'll get prohibited from many opportunities in the future because people will dislike them more, and they'll have a disinterest in any movie or show where they're the main character, especially Rachel Zegler, who will still have a long career ahead of her and will probably destroy it if she doesn't change herself. That's everything for this video. Don't forget to tell me your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to support the channel, check the link in the description or in the first comment. See you in the next video.